Ain't nothing but a gangster ball. It ain't nothing but a nigga. This a gangster ball. It ain't nothing but party, party, doom, 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 doom. It ain't nothing but a monster ball. It ain't nothing but, nigga, this a monster ball. It ain't nothing but party, party, doom, 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 doom. Hey, Princess, Prima Wanda, Redbone. Hey, April Aries. How are y'all? Am I too late for the party? Lord, they've been talking about this woman all day long. I want to speak on here. Okay, I thought, well, what can I add to the story? I don't follow that thing. The reason why I no longer fuck with Sean Bradley is because of this person. She was involved in it. Remember when Regina was on there? I went and I spoke up for the woman Regina, who I felt was being ripped off by the fire monster, right? So I went on there. I went on as a total. I never even heard of this Bama monster, right? And then there's her and the other ones. They all attacked me, screaming, yelling me, calling me all kinds of bitches and all this kind of stuff, right? And so I yelled back at them for a few minutes. And then I thought, this is futile. And then they had some other dude come on and say, "Oh, I'm here. I'm here speaking up for Bama. Good girl." I clicked off. The gift of discernment. You must be able to spot a snake or a demon when you're in their presence. So my question is, where is the discernment? This is supposed to be the Florida cast. You got Florida cast members. That fire monster, one scam after the next, right? Scam, and no money, right? Then you got this Bama monster. Now she is out there actually, this girl's like throwing herself in front of a bus. I don't know what kind of family this young man had, the man who was tragically killed. But she is, I mean, how can you be sure? She said she met this man 2 months ago, right? September. That's what the family of the young man said. That they had just met her 2 months before. She don't know him at all then. Because to say you met somebody, that doesn't mean you know them. The boy was a friend of her son. So how much would you be involved with the mother that she would know you? Now, I understand if people have young kids and the kids are playing all the time, and maybe they're having sleepovers and they're doing things together, or they go to the baseball park or they go to the park together kind of thing. They walk the dogs together, and the parents will get to know the kids' parents, right? But 2 months, so maybe she saw him twice. How much would you talk to a total stranger? You would basically say hi, right? So this woman is such a lowlife, and I spotted her for being a lowlife right from the beginning. And then some other, whenever she popped up, when I was being other lives, when she popped on, I'll pop off because it was futile. I think that is the discernment to recognize these people, recognize them for what they are. Then you had the QB monster. This dude took it upon himself at the instruction of that fire monster to take my personal story, my book. You writers, you know how long it takes to write a book and how you pour your very soul out in a book. He has the nerve to come online and burn my book after he made a mockery of it and laughed about it for 6 episodes, picked apart my family life and all this kind of thing. Then he wants to put lighter fluid on my book and burn it up. The discernment. Where is the discernment? So what is with this Orlando crew? You got nothing but con people, nasty people. You got people like QB, which are hardened drug addicts. Fire monsters. She's a hardened drug addict. You got people jumping on people in there. You got the master of ceremonies sitting there laughing and filming it all. What the hell is this if this is not a monster mash, honey? This is a graveyard smash. These people. So they got something to say about damn near everything, right? They got something to say about everything. But you notice these people who's supposed to be on the Orlando crew, they ain't got nothing to say about this woman just trying to rip this family off and try to stop the payments on this guy having a decent funeral. Ain't that a bitch? The family, we don't know what condition the family is in. Hell, they might be doing without food, and people want to show them some love. And this thing has the nerve to go over there and say, don't send them the money. Total strangers now. Girl, you are laying your very life. That speaks to mental illness. You want to tell people who have a desire to help this family because they understand the pain of losing a child, a son, a young boy. This thing is not only trying to capitalize on it, she actually wants to go and dissuade people from giving the family any help at all. They're probably poor people. Most of us are. I mean, we bougie on here, but most of us, we have a problem when there's a sudden death of somebody 18 years old. We have not prepared for a person 18 years old being killed. So we have no plans for burial insurance and things like that. Those things don't come up when you're 18 years old, right? So these people probably actually do need money. And she gonna go over there and claim to be the person's God. What the fuck kind of person is this? That's what, thank you, Lord. I think that's why God told me that when she got on a screen yard to immediately leave. Hi, people. Just disgusted. It's almost, it's like, oh, God. Move, baby. I won't step on you. What y'all think? I don't think she's even come on here and apologized. And somebody said she still has the website up because, see, not everybody's going to be privy to this beef section. Not everybody's going to be down with this 30 or 40 people, however many of us are over here. Other people are still seeing this and still thinking that she has lost a relative or someone she has raised. And she has the nerve to go in and tell the people that the parents were dead. What the fuck kind of monster is that? That's a monster. You mean to tell me this black woman is somewhere grieving the loss of her teenage son, and you're going to tell people that she is dead to make sure that you get whatever money will be coming to her? Discernment. Where is the discernment? Bama the scammer. Oh, I don't know anything about that thing. The moment I heard her voice, I already knew, no, honey. All that hollering and screaming and cussing and shit to a total stranger. What was that all about? I went on that site. I have not hardly said anything nice about that boy, Sean Bradley, after that. That was it for me. You let this thing jump all down in my mouth, and then I tell you that I was not starting an issue with you, and you're going to defend her? Bama girl, this is one of your stars in the line. And you talking about all the other footage is gone. All the other footage is gone. It's just Orlando, thieves and crooks. Five monster over there jumping on that woman like that. I hope she do sore ass. You filming. Yeah, you had yourself breaking up the fight, but you definitely put somebody in charge of filming, right? Because it had to be put on film. Bama monster. You got that damn right. She's a real monster. That's a sociopath, honey. That is a sociopath. And I don't know how. Because black people come from big families, honey. And they're young people. How do you know who? Girl, aren't you afraid somebody going to come and kick you in your ass for disrespecting their family and their grandmother and trying to rip them off? I mean, these kids that kill you over tuna fish sandwich. She's bold because she doesn't care. Girl, she is psychological. She needs to disappear from YouTube, as far as I'm concerned. The family said that they may press charges. Their family is more interested in mourning the sudden death of their teenage son. I'm sure they don't want to be over here on YouTube arguing with some crazy ass. What is that, Bama girl? You from Alabama? Whatever, girl. You are not totally sophisticated. You're not sophisticated. Put it like that. Where do they live? Y'all know where she lives or where this thing happened? What city does she live in? Surely she's not in the same city where she has pulled this stunt. Okay, sure did. Okay, let's see. Does anybody know what city that woman lives in? Okay, I don't see the town. I thought they all came out of Chicago. Y'all notice how all of a sudden the whole Orlando cast, half of them from Chicago? They went from no Chicagoans to all Chicagoans. You know, it's like Trump. All she got to do over is smile at him, say something complimentary. Oh, I've always loved you, Sean. He hires the whole crew. Scammers. Listen, people. This country is about to experience a whole lot of evictions. Apparently, there's a moratorium on people who live in supported housing, which he probably does, but they're not supposed to be evicted, right? But people who have private property in most states are able to evict people. So people are going to get desperate. But she would have been much better at presenting her if she was being evicted, thrown into the street. She would have done much better to start her GoFundMe for legitimate purpose. I'm about to be put on the street. I'm asking for help. That would have been more responsive than this scam. She saw easy dollar. No regard for these people's family at all. Nothing. And what about her son? How's he supposed to go and face the boys? This is your mama? Your mama doing this? They probably know she's a lowlife already. He burned my book live online. Ain't that a bitch? How you gonna take somebody else's work? What statement is that mean? But he is mental as well. He is that boy. I doubt that he has a sixth grade. I don't think he has the mentality of a sixth grader. How are you gonna read my book, to make fun of my book, to pull out the worst parts of my book, to make fun of my family even, and then at the end of this thing, you're gonna burn my book online? Where's the discernment? This is also a part of the same cast. They're castmates. Where's the discernment? It seems almost demonic what's going on over there. So the devil is just being revealed. It ain't like he wasn't already there, honey. Because this is the kind of people he's drawing over there. She's a star over there. She can't say 3 words without cussing. Everybody's a motherfucker. They should have told you right there. Why are you fucking with somebody like that? Because they're not quality people. You see? Horrible people. From what we've seen, especially all those people in particular, they were acting okay in Atlanta. They didn't start acting a goddamn fool till they got to Orlando. Yep, he burned my book. Go ahead and burn it, bitch. You bought it. But I never heard anything like that before. I'm 62. I have never in my life heard of somebody taking some author's book and burning it live online. I've never heard of it. Where's the discernment? Kang egging it on. They ain't got nothing to say about it. Miss Fire must have come in there and tell, I know y'all don't like Bama, girl. Girl, what about the crime? What about what this bitch just did? Who gives a fuck if we liked her or not? You think if they liked somebody, they wouldn't have the same response to somebody trying to rip off a family who is grieving the loss of their 18-year-old child? What the fuck? She on her running her goddamn mouth to my, I know y'all don't like Bama, girl. Girl, that's sick. It's mental time. So I got a suggestion, Ty, for your show. Take your show and introduce an Iyanla or some other qualified psychologist or psychiatrist. We don't want them to get subscribed any more medication than they're already on. We just need them to take what they're already prescribed, right? So let's stick with like an Iyanla type personality. But we need somebody qualified because these people are crazy. Sean Bradley definitely needs to be evaluated. Definitely needs to be evaluated. That Leo monster coming after him and buying $800 worth of goddamn crab legs to some nigga. Girl, she needs to be evaluated. The eyebrow definitely needs to be evaluated. This thing here, the Bama girl, Lord have mercy. Girl, she's lucky she don't end up getting her ass kicked. Them young people, maybe they're not all aware of it. It don't take nothing for them people to act violently. If they don't hurt you, Bama girl, they will hurt your son, because your son is the one they know. You're placing your son's life in danger by pulling this stunt. And he has to go in there and face them goddamn people because of his crazy ass mama. She definitely needs to be psychologically evaluated. The whole group, all of them, honey. I'd be willing to bet that that girl is either pulled out or put this damn thing on hiatus. I bet. Because now this motherfucker is just manipulating people and trying to get beat. So how famous were you, Bradley, before the show? How much attention were you garnering before the show? Maybe she went into it thinking she was going to do something, but she has to pay her bills still, honey. Ain't nobody got time to be sitting around the house waiting on producing the show, and hoping to get some money from it. She still got bills to pay. I think she has more than one home. Right? So more than likely, it's a good chance she done moved on, honey. So what are you offering these people? You done hypnotize idiots. She came on here, Fire Monster, made a whole damn video. I ain't said a goddamn thing about what that girl did. This is like with Trump. All these goddamn, what are they all narcissists? You got these fools on here, 60, 70 million of the motherfuckers in the street talking about that, they cheated. Oh, this nigga been cheating. He been talking about cheating before he even got in office. He called people cheaters before when he won. They know he's a liar, being caught lying over 2,500 times on television. And they still go back here and say, well, perhaps there's a possibility. Idiots. And that's how these fools sound. Well, I don't know. Maybe it's just because y'all don't like butter, but y'all don't like Bama girl. Girl, how you gonna like something like that? Who would not be offended by something like that? What kind of an animal would not take offense to what that woman has done? I don't understand it. She must walk around with mace and mace, stun guns. She must have a lot of shit to protect for her to feel so protected that she can pull some shit like this. But I'm telling you right now, Miss Bama Monster, you have put your son, your child, who was the same age as this dude, you have put his life in danger. Because now he got to face all these people because of what his mammy done did. Damn, we couldn't even bury him. I mean, what are we supposed to do? Just leave him down there? They probably ain't got no money. People want to give out of the goodness of their heart for a worthy cause. Oh, Lord, this thing. It is a goddamn shame. Every week on here, it seems like you see something you've never seen before. I'm so sick of them people talking about Trump. You've never seen, this has never happened before. This has never happened before. Everything has never happened before. Girl, you must be getting something out of doing things that had never happened before. Hello, people. Hi, Miss Regina. Astro Kid. I know you got people, so sometimes I don't talk about stories if a lot of people are covering it already, because I feel like it's already been talked about enough. But I think that it's worthy of talking about. Where is the discernment of these people who are they allowing in their cult? Right? They don't want to call it. Sean Bradley would love to call it a cult because he would love to believe that people are actually following his ass. Follow you for what? You don't even have a conversation. But he would enjoy that. So secretively, he loves the idea of it being a cult. I mean, they're listening to me. They're listening to me. They listen to us. Club chat, they're listening to us. Sick. These people are, girl, how the hell do you get through the service? Don't they do a psychological evaluation when you go to service? Was he let out of there honorably? I don't know. Hi, Tracy Cates, and behind the throne. No, it's just Kool-Aid people. You know, they're constantly looking. Somebody told me last week, they said, Uncle Tim, why you got that Vaseline by your bed? I said, what, girl? So he was able to zoom in. That's just sanitizer. If you're watching still, brother, it's just hand sanitizer. It's not. I said, God damn, that's a little speck way over there somewhere. It'd be interesting to see how they're gonna handle this Bama girl thing. Now she should be off YouTube now. She should be ashamed. She should be ashamed when something big like that happened. Look what happened with Mona Simone. If you're looking, I'm using you for example. When she came on here and claimed that she was dead, people didn't let that go. Oh no, honey, you through. It took her a long time to crawl back to where she is right now. If she's anywhere, I still don't watch there, but some things you just can't do. And that was on, I think it was on April Fool's night, but she was not able to pass it off. Maybe she started off with in her mind as a joke, but nobody found that funny. You said you killed yourself. We pouring you out all the sympathy, and then you come back to you. No, it was what did she claim? I don't even remember. Mistake by her partner or some shit. They didn't forgive her for that. It took her damn near 3 years to get back in here, honey. If she's even has the same people, more than likely she has different people. This Bama girl, she needs to go. That's a low life, honey. That is a low life. The moment she opened her mouth to me, I knew right then. Anytime that thing shows up on anything, I always exit. That ain't nothing but trouble. So when they try to fire her now, they say there's rumblings that the fire monster gonna tell her, "Oh, we're blocking no more. You're not a part of the club chat. You're not a club of the Babe Nation. You throwing you out the Babe Nation, girl." When they do all that, how's she gonna retaliate? Do we get more stories, or maybe we get some the real story about what happened to that Jay Dunn in Orlando? Girl, were you set up before Miss Fine Monster jumped on you? What was her storyline? Yes, she did it on April Fool's Day, but nobody found it funny. She took it way too far, honey. They didn't figure her for that. You got to go, honey. It's too much. Steve Urkel said, y'all is too quick to believe strangers on here. They said she's a compulsive liar. She's been lying about all kind of shit. Oh, scam artists. A scam artist, immediately they go to some kind of rip somebody off. If she was getting ready to be evicted because she ain't got no money and she ain't paid her rent, she's in the same position as millions of Americans. She could have started the GoFundMe and just told the truth. Maybe she'd get money, maybe she wouldn't. She would probably get something from the people who knew her, right? But now that they really do know you, Bama Monster, there ain't nobody giving you shit. This is probably the story of your life. And the disrespectful way you moving around in the world. The way you came in there just cussing me out, child. Ugh. I feel like I had to take a shower after talking to your ass. And so now it's revealed. I'm not claiming that I know anything more than anybody else, but I'm just saying, where is the discernment with these people that are involved in that show, and that damn because Sean Bradley, he knows whatever the truth is. He just lie. He already knows if the damn thing is killed. It might be killed, put in the safe some damn where. He knows, but he ain't gonna tell y'all. Hell no. That's his leverage. Frazier Jamerson, you're getting your iPhone so I can keep up. No, I was planning to upgrade to one anyways for Christmas. Oh, okay. I never had an iPhone. I ain't got no purpose for it. I got a little old Android. I still think my phone that I disabled was better than what I ended up with. But I don't really use my phone. Although I listen to YouTube on it. Did I speak to you, Redbone? Good to see you. Almond Brown. Nobody ever told me where she lived, what town she's in. Is that okay to say what town she's in? Not that I'm going to go over her house or anything. I'm just curious as to where she's doing this at. Right? I mean, are her kids too scared of her to go and tell her, listen, mom, you caused me some problems down at the school. They think it's real disrespectful. The homie got killed, and you here trying to raise money off of it. They can kick his ass. And what about the boy's family? Surely he's not the only teenager in the whole family. I wouldn't even want money like that. That's blood money. Capitalize with somebody else's death. That's sick. That is sick, honey. But that is bone sick. That's deep. There's no coming back from that. She's bone ill, honey. Way down into the bone marrow to even think of some shit like that. No regard for this family at all. No doubt this black woman who probably sitting on the side of the road crying her eyes out because this thing has happened. And you sitting up here trying to tell people she's dead so you can take her money. Yeah, she be right over in the bushes with Sean Bradley. What was that? I saw those terrible initials just a minute ago. She's in Jacksonville, Florida, where they don't play fair. She's in Jacksonville, Florida. Oh, she's not in the same town as this victim then, as this kid. Oh, that's why she's doing that. Because they live across town, honey. I thought she lived in Chicago. I thought that was part of the Babe Nation crew that actually lived there. Wait a minute. Oh, that's why. Okay. And where was the incident at? Yeah, where Kitty B, her name is Bama Girl, so I guess she would be from Alabama. So is she in Alabama or Jacksonville, Florida? A lot of people are saying Jacksonville. It's near those people. So Jacksonville, Florida is near Alabama. So I ain't never been there, so I don't know. That one trip to Atlanta was it for me. Well, if it's close enough, then you're going to have relatives all over the place, right? Everybody in the family don't stay in the same town, honey. I'm from Indiana, so you could have relatives anywhere. I just think it's a dangerous thing to do. She's fortunate that a news organization or somebody didn't get a hold to the story to further humiliate her ass. I'm sure then whoever's evicting her would definitely get her ass out of their end. Folks, we ain't have people throwing bottles at windows and things. People, if you about to be evicted, oh shit, what I did now. Oh Lord, have mercy. I hit something wrong. Oh no. Oh, did I go off? My hand hit some wrong button and it went crazy. Okay. That's what he did. Look at the chat. Okay. Look at the chat. Let me see. Yes. That's in Florida. She's from. That's in Florida that it happened. And she's, well, how are the kids hanging out? This was the boy's new friend, right? From a couple of months. So at first she said that her son was in the car, or she didn't know he was in the car. So I assumed that they were close together. So how would they be hanging out if one kid is in Florida and the other kid is in Alabama? Well, we know she's from Alabama for sure. She didn't got named herself. Ignorant woman though, very ignorant. I mean, just yells and screams. You can't hear a damn thing. She just hollers and just cuss every word. Girl, you ought to have a few other words other than just cuss words. And just jumped all down in my throat because I was supposed against that fire monster stealing that girl's Regina's money. Why would that? Aren't they both black women? I tell you to put a black woman. What the fuck? Aren't they both black women? Is right and wrong? That whole thing's gonna crash over there, though. It is. Particularly when it's people say they've been hyped about all this show. And it's show, that means shit. Nothing ever comes from it. You'll see, because another thing, I'll give you another hint. When we were there, they told us that after we took those pictures, after the taping, okay, take this message. Ty said that the next thing that was going to happen was we were going to get trailers to put on our channels. So where's that at? Is that 9 months ago? Where are these trailers? You would think you would have gotten, I mean, a trailer is only what, 1-2 minutes? We didn't even get that. So maybe we were all getting smoke blown up our ass as to what we could expect in order to do the damn thing. It's all getting misconstrued. Read your chat. Okay, I got to find out what's going on there. Okay. I wonder if I can make my chat bigger and I could read it easier. Hold on. Oh, thank you, Lord. See how God does? Sometimes you got to thank you. Thank you for a brain that can think, because I've been doing this shit for 3 years and I'm just now figuring out that I can make the letters bigger. Okay, read my chat. Okay, so we start with Almond Brown. The boy lived in Jacksonville, Florida, Uncle Timothy, and she lives in Jacksonville. Okay, that explains it. He lives in Jacksonville and she lives in Jacksonville. So she should definitely not be out there pissing all over this family who are mourning. You know what part of the death process is, though? I've been where people have been who have died. One of the first things they do is they look for somebody to blame. It's part of the process. Either they'll blame the doctors, they'll blame the nurse, they'll blame the friends, they'll blame somebody, right? So it's very dangerous to go playing with people's emotions like that, because they want to do something. The teenagers, they want to do something. And you got this woman down the street pulling some shit like this. She don't even give a fuck about her own. She probably got him locked in his room. You can't come out. All right, let's see what's going on here. Ooh, these letters are so big. Ooh, you live and you learn. What popping? Let's get these people. Let's get up, people. Get up, people. Okay. Hi, Miss Regina. I see you there. I just mentioned you. You still here? You still here? Okay. Wiley doesn't live in Chicago anymore, though. No, Wiley lives in Dallas. He was raised there in Chicago, but he lives in Dallas. The Chicago connection is that they're famous over there. But he, for some reason, he let her bring all her friends on. You're talking, that's the only show. That's the only show gonna be used. Playing with people. What are you playing with people like that for? The family is pressing charges. Good for them. They should press charges out of principle. It's better to press charges than go over there and kill a motherfucker. No. Her son was not in the car, from what I understand now. She barely knew this person. She says that they just met the boy 2 months ago. Well, how much would the boy, I know I'm repeating myself. How much would the mother know the kid then? If his son only knew him for 2 months, they don't just hang around the house in the kitchen while she's cooking, I'm sure. She probably saw him once and she just knew that, oh, my friend got killed. And then she got busy. And if you got busy like that fast, it ain't the first time, baby. It is not the first time. That's why I never complained about going to jail, because it was never the first time. It's just the time you got caught. Thank you, Almond Brown. She sure should. She should go away. Go away, honey. We're going to hear that bullshit. We don't want to hear what you got to say. You haven't even made adjustments on your page, from what I understand. She got the same shit up, hoping that somebody will see it. Because them po-ass people, they happy to get $10. Oh, I got $10 more. They are in the same state. I thought they would have to be in order for the kids to be hanging out. It's going to be hard on the son, though, I'm sure. Unless they just know she crazy and stay the hell away from her. It all happened in Jacksonville. Okay. I got an aunt that lives in Jacksonville, Florida. Okay. Naomi, okay, Bama's in Jacksonville. Her son is also in Jacksonville. The deceased and his family they're all in Jacksonville. That's dangerous as hell, girl. Rhea, you think that's dangerous to pull a stunt like this on somebody else's family? I mean, some people they take that real personally. You playing with their family like that, particularly their mother or their grandmother. You're trying to take the money that we need, that people want to give to us, and divert it and tell people, don't give it to them, give it to me. I mean, this woman would have to have no feelings at all. Then they always want to come on here talking about, Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Matter to who, honey? Matter to you can get $1 from it? Who would even think of something like that? Is she a mortician or is she a cookie tookie mortician? Cookie Tookie says she a mortician too. She like working with dead people. Okay, guys, we know. Okay, so it happened in Jacksonville, and all the people involved are from Jacksonville. That thing's name is Bama because that's where she was raised. She was crying. Oh, I can't stand scammy, scandalous ass people. I never could. Even when I was in the life, I could never. I never wanted to take advantage of people, honey. I don't understand that mentality, particularly if somebody's grieving. Read your chat. I'm trying to read it there, Redbone. I don't know what y'all want me to read. Or did I miss it? Oh, should I wait farther back? Or y'all want to talk about the show? She's not even a CNA because they took her license. They took her license. What was she doing? Stealing the drugs? If that's your personality, honey, that ain't your first scam. To even come up with she had to come up with it the same day, right? Probably a couple of hours after the shit happened. If you go do that that ain't the first time you did some shit like that. So it doesn't surprise me she would get her license taken. You can't stand powder about what happened, Lincoln Jude? Did something happen? Oh no. You had to throw his ass out? No, I'm not into the power bottle. Well, back when I was doing all that. Who driving his car? Shit. Be still. Social media will allow you to create a life that you don't even have. I'm trying to do that right now in my writing, Almond Brown. I'm trying to create this personality for this woman. This woman now, I'm writing about now, she is she's 60s. Her husband was 93. He died. He left her a lot of money. It's a black lady. But she wants to go on, get her own channel. But she is now 60. He was 93. He was 30 years older, right? And she wants to be young again, though, because she don't want to be spoken to like she's a senior citizen, right? So she wants to go in and create her own personality. I said, well, okay, we can give her avatar. She can sit back there. I think I'm going to have like her announcing it's her 30th birthday kind of thing. And that way somebody can catch her in her lie later. Mm-hmm. Yeah, people, they're going to talk, Almond Brown. People are going to talk. Because the court case is going to involve, we're not even talking about the actual thing that happened. So the cops killed the kid, right? He resisted, apparently, or he wasn't responsive to their commands. I wish people would stop doing that. Oh, I wish we would just cooperate with cops. I had a whole lot of experience with cops. They never beat me down, never shot me, but I never once tried to run from them or resist them. You know, so, I mean, he's a kid. They don't know anything. It's a blessing to be a senior citizen. You're right. Everybody ain't able. Mm-hmm. Condolences to the family. Absolutely. Be respectful to the family. We have to just hope that nothing else is going to happen from this thing. Okay. You see, I haven't even seen the actual case. So Jaru Foster says he killed himself out of fear. So they were coming towards him. What'd he do? Shoot himself? I gotta look up the actual case. All we've been talking about is this Bama situation. Because that's what we know, you know. But hi, Jessica Carter. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I read all the way down to the end there. Let me get my thing back down. When it makes the letters big, it makes the picture small. So let's see. Take it back down. See, now I'm big again. But then I can't read. There you go. It's big enough. Okay. Yeah. I definitely have to do that, Trina. See, I got to look at the actual. I didn't know anything about the case. I just know the kid was killed. So someone is saying that he killed himself. But it wouldn't be the first time that, cops, that was a cover story. So we have to see. But why didn't the case more in the news then? Well, I guess everything's they'll make it to the news. Trump hogs up all the goddamn news. So we don't know another black man has been killed. But if he killed himself, maybe he felt that much pressure. Was he on drugs or something? I mean, why would you kill yourself? We got to find out. We don't know the whole story. It's tragic no matter what. It's tragic that he was so afraid that he felt like he had to kill himself. Okay, he wanted them to stop, but he knew what the police intentions were. Well, he's guessing what the intentions were. He had to assume that they're going to kill him and then kill yourself. Yeah. Okay. Now I'm curious about this case now. So we'll get it. We'll get it. Anybody know what the kid's name was? You know what his name was? You can get it right now. No, he was not on drugs. Okay. Just like Ahmed Aubrey case. Okay. What's this person's name? Do you know the guy's name? Tom. Okay. Devin Tim. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Trina. All right. Now, how can I get up here? Dog it. Wait a minute. I don't have access to my whatchamacallit though. Oh, yes, I do. I'll do it like this. Hold on. Okay. Devin Tillman. Gregory. Okay, hold on one second, people. Talk amongst yourself. Devin Tillman. Greg. Oh my God, it's a baby. Okay.
Investigations underway in 2 police shootings. In both of them,
that's a little kid
killed, one in St. Augustine and the other on Jacksonville's west side. This is one of them. We start in the Lakeshore neighborhood where family members have identified the victim as 19-year-old Devin Tillman Gregory, whom we just showed you. Jacksonville police say the incident began as a traffic stop and then escalated from there. News4Jax reporter Brittany Mueller is joining us now live from where this happened, which is near the intersection of San Juan and Cassett Avenues. And I know that, Brittany, you've been receiving information pretty much all morning and into the day from the family. What have you learned?
We keep staying in touch with them, looking to gather more information. The grandmother of the 19-year-old says that she now wants justice. She says her grandson was shot at least 35 times. Take a look at these photos. The family shared these photos of their loved one and identified him as 19-year-old Devon Tillman Gregory. They say his two cousins were in the car with him during what began as a traffic stop last night around 10:30 p.m. on San Juan near Cassett Avenue. This video from earlier this morning when investigators were on scene. You can see the car in question in front of the crime scene van. At this time, it's unclear what led to the stop, but investigators say the man in the front passenger seat was agitated. Authorities say officers tried to de-escalate the situation, but after several minutes of trying to talk with the man, 4 officers opened fire, killing him. The grandmother told me his 2 cousins who were in the car were pulled out by canines while her grandson did not get out. Police say they found a handgun on the passenger side of the car. The grandmother says the car was not Tillman Gregory's, adding he may not have even known there was a weapon under his seat.
Okay, people. Are we getting conflicting stories now? So these people are not saying anything about this kid shooting himself. They said that they pulled the car over. He had 2 cousins in the car with him, and they opened fire, and the police shot 35 times, killing him. Now I don't know. This might have been some other story. Some his internet got all kind of shit on it, but there's no mention of him killing himself.
JSO says 2 of the officers involved with last night's shooting have been with the sheriff's office for less than 4 years. One is a 10-year veteran, and the other has been with JSO for 25 years. This is the first shooting for all 4 officers. The Jacksonville Sheriff's Office says that the officers were wearing body cams, and I did have a chance to speak with our crime and safety expert, Ken Jefferson. Said,
okay, so we got to go with what these people said. That's the local news organization. It says nothing about him killing himself. It says 4 cops opened fire on him, and they found a gun in the car. We can't even believe that, honey. They found a gun in the car. So on the passenger side. So the gun had no relation to the person who was killed. Or was he in the passenger side? I don't know. But he didn't kill himself. I'm sorry for that little excursion, people. And I will research the story some more after I get through with this. 35 times is not a... Yeah, why they open up fire to shoot somebody 35 times? Then wouldn't one shot be enough to disarm him? This is a straight up killing. So that Bama monster, she heard the story probably on the news and went to work to try to grab the money for anybody to figure out what was going on. Now somebody says she's about to get evicted. And it's just some kind of desperation, but we don't care. Nobody give a damn about you being an evicted woman. Hell, they say something, 5 million people in this country are facing eviction. They don't mean to go out there, girl, and do a stunt like you did. Yeah, Miss Reedy, just put that name in the heading. I just go with the first story, but there are several people reporting on this. He shot himself in the head. No, not according to the newscast we just saw. Locked in Lovely. They didn't say anything at all about this man shooting himself. Yeah, and the cops are not above making up a story either. Because it doesn't make any sense. I'm afraid the cops are going to kill me, so I'm going to kill myself. That didn't make any sense. But this looks, I mean, unless this is a very old picture, I mean, the kid looks like he's about 13, 14 years old. It looks like a little kid, not even a man. I'm sure I'll have a better understanding by tomorrow. Someone pretended to know. Yeah, that's what happened. Surfing. The family said they're going to press charges. I mean, they're angry and they're hurt and they're grieving right now. But yeah, somebody's gonna be mad at that woman, and she could possibly be charged for fraud. That's got to be a fraud, right? You tell people don't send the money to the family, they're dead, send it to me. That's straight up fraud. You think of something like that, it ain't the first time. So she's a scandalous ass person. This is the Orlando crew. Show. Lord. What if he was your child or family? I don't know how many young people they got in the family. I don't trust these youngsters though, honey. You putting stunts like that and you live down the street. I know they're gonna make it hard on his friend though. Because of his mama. I can't touch her, but I can sure get your ass. It's pitiful all the way around. So every once in a while we get to see what these people are on YouTube. All of them are veterans. All of who? Not those kids. They couldn't be. Maybe that's an old picture they were showing us of him. The picture they're presenting, he doesn't even look to be an 18-year-old. He looks to be like 13, 14-year-old. He's a kid. And I never heard anybody, because the cops are going to shoot me, I'm going to shoot myself. If you want death by suicide by cop, you let the cops shoot you. So I think, no offense to anybody, but I don't think it's possible that story is true. Let me see. Okay, so that was, what channel was that? That was 4 News, Jacksonville, I guess. Okay. Now then the next story, we're only going to do 2 of them. The next story is oh my goodness, they got a lot of stories on here. Yeah, we got to figure this out for real. JSO, that's the same channel, releases body camera. Okay, so they have the video as well.
The Jacksonville Sheriff's Office has released body camera video that may clear up any questions about what happened before officers shot a teenager Tuesday night. The video and the medical examiner revealed 18-year-old Devon Gregory shot himself right before officers opened fire.
Okay, here's the second story. They're saying, yes, he shot himself.
Outside JSO headquarters. Ashley, we've seen this video. It's about 20 minutes long, and it appears to show a young man in crisis.
It really does, Jen and Bruce. Good morning to you both. And we showed that video to our crime and safety.
All right. So now the second story from the same station, the initial story said the cops opened fire and they killed him with 35 shots, right? Now the same station, I guess this is a couple hours later, are saying now that he shot himself. And they have on video. Wait a minute.
The expert Ken Jefferson, and he says, by the way, Gregory's head moves back after that initial shot. It supports the medical examiner's report that Gregory shot himself. And Ken Jefferson also made it clear, the officers themselves made it clear they did not want to hurt him. Tense moments captured on police body cam. Devon Gregory is there with police.
Hey, don't reach under there. Hey, stop reaching. Pull your hands. I'm grabbing my phone. Hey.
The officers are then heard pleading with him to show his hands, saying they don't want to hurt him.
Hey, relax. Hey, it's all right, bro. You'll be fine. We do not want to shoot you.
You're stressing him. We don't want to hurt you. He's having a complete meltdown.
Gregory then says he's refusing to put his hands up, and he orders the officers
I'm not
to
moving
shoot.
nowhere, bro.
Fall back, bro.
I'm telling you, I'm not moving.
Seconds later, Gregory puts his head between his legs. A shot can be heard. We've frozen the video, but Gregory's head moves back right before officers open fire.
I was very pleased.
Oh my God. Okay. Oh, Lord. Mm-hmm. All right, people. So they have a video footage of this kid. They're trying to get him to come out of the car. People are saying that he wasn't on drugs because, I guess, out of respect for the family. They don't want to accuse him of something they don't have evidence of. But for me, it appears this kid is high as hell. His eyes are dilated. His eyes are like, like that. And the car surrounded. They're pointing all these guns at him. I don't know if the 35 shots were fired after they heard the first gunshot. They just start firing at the car, or where these 35 shots come from. But it appears that he puts the gun in between his legs and pulls the trigger. All right, so brother, the first guy who said it, was that Frazier? You were right. We'll know more. I mean, it's got to unravel. So if you saw that, would you immediately go run and try to get the money for this burial for yourself? And would you tell people, don't send any money to the family? They're dead. The father's dead. The mama's dead. Send the money to this address. Doesn't change anything about what she did. What she did was just as wrong either way. Apparently, there's a 20-minute video on the, there's tons of reports on the story, though. I saw at least 10, 12 videos on this story. So you guys can research it yourself. So, to kill yourself, maybe you shouldn't say, but he did appear. Why would somebody do that? I mean, why would you put it? It takes a lot to pull a trigger on somebody, particularly to pull a trigger on yourself. His eyes were dilated. They were wide. They were trying to talk him out of the car. And he did that. Doesn't that sound like somebody high? We're talking about a teenager here now. They'll have the autopsy and they'll be able to tell us if he was or not. So sad story. Damn, that kind of messed me up a little bit. Okay. It's a lot to digest. This damn world, hey. Well, this is one time that the body cameras, I guess, will come in real handy for the cops. But once it looks like maybe they weren't in the wrong, they might have put too much pressure on him, something like that. But very different. You see different video angles and stuff. We got to see that. But if he's got his head down in between his legs, and the shot is fired, they see it is a gun, and the shot is fired. How could the cops from the outside of the truck hit him in his head? The only one's going to be able to hit him in his forehead would be him if he's got his head between his legs. Right? We're just guessing here. We don't want to say anything to offend or upset the family. So let's just be respectful. That'll be that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe he was already suicidal. He had a gun in the car. Maybe something else happened. What were they running from? Why was he so afraid? You can't judge the whole thing on just what we have so far. But maybe by the weekend, we'll know more. It's a good thing he had them body cams on him, though. Because nobody going to believe that story. And when were those shots fired, though? Were the shots fired at the car as it was moving? It said the dogs drug the other two people out of the car. So there are eyewitnesses. Not just cops, but there are two people in the car with him, cousins. And there wasn't no damn Bama girls family. That woman was crazy. Does she have a man or something? Somebody needs to slap the shit out of her. Well, let me say I'm promoting violence. Well, they probably were wrong for pulling them over anyway. If all they are is just three young kids in a car, they're saying the one in the passenger side seemed agitated, and that must be this kid, this Devon. He was in the passenger side. We did see that much, right? But I don't know how you could see that in the moving car that he was so agitated. What was he doing? Like this? I mean, you wouldn't know that unless you pulled him over first. So we all know that black kids do get pulled over, particularly young black boys. So if they panicked, it's still the strangest thing though. He must have been high. I think he would have to be high to do that. I mean, kids don't know how to get high. They get paranoid. They think this whole shit is real. I'm going to have to play some good music or something calm my nerves now. All right, people. Thanks for coming in, you guys. Pray for this kid's family. I'm sure there's a portal that if they really do need help, you can go and help out if you want to. Make sure it ain't nothing being funneled to no damn Bama girl. She got a whole lot of explaining to do. Good night.